So I just got off the phone with my friend who I'm designing for, and we came up with a list of things that we might do. So I think what I'm gonna try to do, just what seems like most achievable right now, is either an adjustment to window blinds in our dorms that makes the sunlight, or blocks more sunlight, because that's a huge issue. Like I had to just tape a piece of tape a tapestry to my wall over my window, and she doesn't have anything, so the sunlight wakes her up every morning. And then the other thing is that all of the drawers and shelves in our rooms are very odd shapes, so are odd sizes that storage bins don't usually come in. So I thought it might be cool to design a set of storage bins that actually works for the furniture that we're given. My third idea was to maybe make a jewelry holder, because both of us spent a long time trying to find jewelry holders and ended up with ones that we aren't really that happy with. So make a jewelry holder that actually works and fits all of our jewelry, or I guess hers specifically since I'm designing for her, but I'd probably use it too. So a jewelry holder that will actually fit all of her jewelry, including rings, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and sort of sort them in an organized way without looking too over the top or something like that. So I'm gonna do a little sketching and see what of those ideas seems most reasonable, achievable, or fun to make, or what I can come up with the best idea for, honestly, and see how it goes. Okay, so I tried a few different ideas. Do some stuff for the blinds, for the desk drawer pullouts, jewelry holders, and then I also did stuff for maybe a portfolio carrier with backpack straps. But I think the thing that's going to be most useful to her is the desk drawer pullout, and the most achievable for me based off of the stuff I have, because all I really have is cardboard boxes. So instead of a box, what I think I'm gonna do is make something like this that sits at the bottom of the shelf with a handle, so that you can pull it out to reach the stuff in the back of your shelf, because that's my issue with everything. You just get shoved back there, it's really hard to get. So this way you can fill up the shelf as much as you want, utilize the storage as much as you can. You can still get stuff out of the back. So I also designed to have a little lip along the back as well, so that stuff doesn't just slide off and stay in the drawer. And I'm gonna work out how to make that handle in the lip effective. I'm just gonna model it with cardboard. It won't be quite as sturdy as it'll be if I actually make this, because I'd want a material that wouldn't collapse when you pull it out, so that your stuff can stay on it sturdily. But it seems like a good sort of project and something that will actually be useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape up this cardboard and cut it out. I took some measurements of the drawer, so yeah, we're gonna go from here. Okay, so I deconstructed a cardboard box, and it doesn't look like anything fancy, but this should, yeah, it fits in the space I needed to fit in. It has a little pull handle that I want to make a little sturdier. I haven't quite figured out how yet. And then a little lip along the edge and the back so that it actually pulls stuff out. I think it doesn't look, like I said, like anything fancy, but I think it'll do the trick in terms of a prototype, and it's quite a bit sturdier than I actually thought it would be. I'm gonna try putting a couple things in my drawer on it, and or in my shelf on it, and test pulling it in and out and see how that goes. Okay, so my shelves are kind of a mess, but I just threw some things on here this really needs to be more sturdy if it's gonna work, but see, it fits pretty well on the shelf. It could be a little bit wider, but the box I was using just wasn't actually that wide. So if I was to actually make this, I would make it about 3/4 of an inch wider. You pull it out, see it pulls everything all the way from the very back of the shelf, which is really nice because I always have to struggle, reach around in there, pull everything out of the shelf to get the stuff in the back, which is really annoying. And honestly, things shift around, but they don't really fall off. It works really well. Other than the handle, it's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't put my huge stacks of books on it unless it was like maybe made of plastic or something a lot more sturdy. Like if it was a plastic molded item, I'd feel more comfortable putting heavier stuff on it, but it's got quite a few like items on it, and it's honestly, it's holding up really well. I think the side edges are a good idea that I might actually want to just put all the way to the front. I did run out of cardboard, but if I had more, I'd put it all the way to the front just so stuff doesn't slide off this way while I'm pulling it in and out. I think just the handle in the front is fine because it would be nice. It's nice to still be able to reach in like above this way to get stuff. So I wouldn't want to block that, but I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, it's actually like 1 in the morning about now, and I think my friend's asleep. Well, she's home for Thanksgiving, so I think I'm gonna put a pause on this until she gets back so we can try it in her shelves and see what she thinks of it. And see what sort of feedback she has. I already think that there's a couple things that I personally would do to improve it, but I also want to sort of see what things she thinks works well and what things she thinks could be improved upon. So this will be on hold for a little bit unless I come up with something in the in-between. I'm gonna go to bed now, but that was very satisfying. This prototype, honestly, it's not fancy, but if I make a better one for her to use, I might just use this in my room because it gets the job done, which is, you know, sort of the bare minimum, but it's better than nothing. Okay, it's been a couple days now. Katie is back in town from Thanksgiving, so I had her review my first prototype, which I will put in right after this clip. She gave me a few different tips, which were a little bit different than what I was sort of thinking about for like what my own usage would be, so that was cool to see that her ideas for how it could be improved were different than my own. So once I play those clips back, I'm going to be working on implementing a couple of her ideas, and just trying to make, I don't have the materials to make this a really professional prototype in the end, but just doing a couple things to make it look a little nicer, so it doesn't, even though it is going to be cardboard, it doesn't look like just plain boring cardboard. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, this is my user Katie, so she's gonna test it out and then tell me what she thinks could be improved.
So I think that it's really good. It's really smooth. I think probably because you put like tape underneath it, it slides out really nicely. I think one thing that I would improve, or that I would have you improve, would be maybe adding more levels just so you get like the most space that you can, because there's a lot of space up here that is unused.
Right.
I like how you kept these sides open so you can like access everything, and then like you kept the handle here so you can pull it out nicely. But yeah, other than that, maybe like compartmentalize it.
Oh yeah, I like that.
But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good, pretty streamlined.
Cool. And what do you think about, like, if I was to make it actually, like, what material do you think? I was thinking maybe like a hard plastic. Yeah,
I think that would be good. You could even make it out of like plywood or something if you want to be more durable.
That's true.
And like have something like on a type of material on the bottom that like makes it smoother to like pull in and out.
Right.
But yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this is like the final product. I kind of ran out of black paint, but that's okay because these are the parts that you'll see. That'll be covered back there. So it's pretty much the same. I added a shelf and I painted it black sort of for the concept of like, if this was like a plastic thing, it would look nicer. It wouldn't just look like cardboard. It didn't turn out great, but it's okay. So it just, you know, goes in the shelf or the same way. And you can stick things under here, or you can put things on top of here, so it gives you a little more like space to tuck things in the back. For my like main materials for this, it was literally black paint, an X-Acto knife, cardboard, and a lot of Scotch tape. And I don't think it turned out too bad for what my materials were. It still works pretty well. So yeah, I'll put in some more detail of like my design process. Maybe I'll write a little bit about what it was, but this is sort of essentially how it works. Okay, I just wanted to make a last thing showcasing it when it's done. This is how you pull it out. Look at everything. The shelf is working nicely. Again, since it's made of cardboard, I can't load too much on it, but it works pretty well. I do like the shelf. Katie was right, it's a really nice addition, and it allows me to store more without it stacking up too much. If I made a third iteration, I might add more shelves or make them a little more strategic, but I think it works nicely, and I think it lets me put a lot of stuff in. Yeah, I think it turned out really well.
Okay, second review. Works really well. I like the new color. It makes it look more professional. And yeah, exactly like what I was saying, like the added shelf just kind of gives you more space to like put stuff, because like you put stuff under it too. Yeah, it looks really good. Oh, and you changed these.
Yeah.
So it looks more like professional and not streamlined.
Yeah.
Good product design.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I feel like this project turned out really well. Katie really liked it. I really like it. I think in the end it's sort of not exactly how I imagined it at first, but that means it went through a few iterations, and I think I really like how it turned out. So that was my design project with my user. I hope you enjoyed. In my slideshow, I'll be adding a few more detailed pictures of like my early on sketches and stuff, just so you can look at this closer if you want. Yeah, thank you for watching this.